There's the train. Would you want to hear that sound in your home a dozen or more times a day, from early in the morning to late at night? That's what it's like for thousands of people who live in downtown Raleigh. WRAL's Matt Tallhelm tells us why the city is now taking a look at silencing those horns.
Once they start blowing down there, they don't stop until they're just past the intersection here.
J.C. Warren has lived in a condo overlooking the convergence of two railroad tracks for the last 15 years.
When the trains come by, you don't hear the trains, you hear the horns.
He can almost keep time.
I do know there's one comes through about every night at 11.
By the blaring of the train horns.
The one at 6 o'clock in the morning, he loves his horn, and he lays on that thing.
Warren and a growing number of his neighbors are calling on the city to silence train horns as they roll through downtown Raleigh.
It has a big impact on a lot of people and businesses.
The city actually did a study in 2012 of creating a quiet zone downtown. It said they'd need to make $3.6 million worth of upgrades to crossings like this to make it safe enough to silence the train horns. Some of those upgrades included a crossing like this where there's just two of these bars. The city would need to add two more, one on each side, to make that quiet zone happen.
I have received numerous requests from downtown residents to implement a quiet zone just so that folks can sleep at night.
City Councilor Jane Harrison requested a new quiet zone study since more people are living downtown and passenger rail service is expanding. Just last year, the state got $1 billion for the S line, which will connect Raleigh to Richmond with high-speed passenger trains.
Safety comes first, so we can't, forget about that. But if there are other ways to ensure that safety element without blowing horns all night long, hopefully we can move in that direction.
Silencing the trains is music to Warren's ears. Unlike that sound.
Sometimes you feel like your ears are bleeding. It's so loud.
Matt Tallhelm, WRAL News, Raleigh.
Wow, you got to understand his frustration, certainly. When I lived downtown, though, I kind of thought the sound was charming. I liked it. City Council recently approved $600,000 of American Rescue Plan funding for the new study. A quiet zone would require approval from the Federal Railroad Administration.